because the governments are going to keep printing money. They're going to keep printing money. And Bitcoin is our way out of CBDCs because it can't be censored or controlled by the way that it's designed by any single entity.
Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
I know nothing about crypto. I have no investment in crypto. Now, by the way, guys, I'm not pushing crypto here, but we're just going to touch on
Would
money.
you encourage people to get gold and silver?
Well, yeah, actually I would, yeah, because it's a tangible commodity that will, in one way or another, either rise or sort of be stable in value, no?
So gold and silver are money. All forms of wealth. Every single currency in the world, the dollar, the euro, the yen, silver, Bitcoin, everything is measured against gold. Gold is the ultimate form of money. Now they're not upfront about it because then they get to keep the gold for themselves and they want us to believe the fraud that is the pound and the dollar and the euro or whatever, right? And they think that CBDC, but gold is money. What are the characteristics of money?
It's the exchange. It's what people use to buy things.
Yeah, it's a value transfer. It's an exchange, right? You can exchange value with it. It represents value, like 10 man hours or woman hours, right, of labor or whatever, 10 hours of labor and energy as represented by this token, by this piece of gold sovereign, for example, right? And then I can use it to buy something off you. I'm a cobbler. You have potatoes. You don't want any more shoes. You've had enough shoes, right? But I'll give you this sovereign for a sack of potatoes, and then you can take that sovereign and go and exchange it for some fish because you've got plenty of potatoes, and now you can make fish and chips. And the fishmonger can come to me and say, "Look, here's a sovereign. I need some shoes." So you got that circulating, that exchange of value, right? But you can't use anything to exchange value. It has to be durable. We couldn't use leaves because they would decay.
Yep.
Right. And actually, in one state in the US, they did use tobacco leaves, and they did decay. Right. There's got to be enough agreement. I can't give you like a stone that I got off the beach here.
Yeah.
Rich, I'm not taking this. The fishmonger won't take this. So there has to be agreement. Agreement, token of value, durable, because you don't want to give something that's going to decay. Portable. I want a sack of potatoes. Here's a tree trunk.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with the bloody tree trunk, right? And the tree's still in the ground. So it's got to be portable.
Yeah.
And then it's got to be divisible. So it's got to be able to divide it. It's also got to be fungible. And what that means is that 1 ounce of gold is exactly the same as another ounce of gold. A tree trunk, this is a sycamore tree trunk, is not the same as an oak tree trunk, right? So it's got to be fungible. Fungibility, portability, durability, divisibility, exchange of value, agreement, and scarcity. We don't use tin as money anymore because it's worthless. The greater the supply of something, the less value it has. Which is why silver has less value than gold, because silver is more common than gold. But silver has all those qualities: divisibility, portability, fungibility, scarcity, agreement. So gold and silver have all those characteristics, and the pound in your pocket almost does. It doesn't have scarcity because they print it away. They're printing out of existence. Eat out to help out. We'll press a button. Here's more pounds. Oh, we want to go and support the killing of people in Ukraine and Gaza. Oh, we'll print some money, buy some more weaponry. So it isn't, you said at the beginning of the cost of things are going up. No, the cost of things aren't going up. The purchasing power of government issued currency, like the pound, the dollar, the euro, is going down. I remember when we first came to this country, 5 of us, a weekly shop, a big trolley full of food, £5.
Wow. How long ago was this?
1970. And despite the features, right? £5. And how much is it now?
Don't even go there. I couldn't even afford to do a trolley full. Just wouldn't happen. I get like a quarter of a trolley, and that's it. That's in, Aldi.
I don't drink Coke, so I don't know how much a Coke is nowadays, right?
No, not do I.
Right? But it's like I need more and more pennies to buy the can of Coke. The can of Coke is the same. Coke is the same. It's terrible, right? But the purchasing power of the pennies has reduced. So I need more and more because they keep increasing the supply. You increase the supply of something, it loses value. So you can't increase the supply of gold. You can't accelerate it because you have to work to get it out of the ground. You can't increase the supply of silver because it takes work. You can't just push a button and print more silver or print more gold.
Mm.
All of those characteristics
Make it valuable.
Make it valuable, desirable. It's it's money. Bitcoin has all those characteristics.
How?
Well, the only
when
one
Bitcoin is digital.
Yeah. Well, the only thing, you can't hold it, but
Yeah.
digital goods, digital products have value.
Like what?
Email, the application you're using to record this video, the browser, Firefox browser, Brave browser, Dissenter browser. It has value. It has utility. Some digital goods people pay for, like a VPN, Microsoft Word. It has value. Just because you can't hold it physically
doesn't mean it's got no value.
Yeah, because who decides it's got value are people, which is people doing the market, which is really people just exchanging value with each other. You know, what in Britain, I don't think people get the value of gold.
No.
Well, too bad. Well, too bad for you, Laura. People in Africa get it. People in South America get it. People in Asia get it. Right?
Yep.
People in Germany get it. The market is global. So digital goods do have value. You just can't hold on to them. But then we live in a digital world, like it or not. I can't send you gold. I can send you a message on WhatsApp or Telegram or an email. I can turn up here and we can talk through digital applications. I can send you Bitcoin. But here's something else about Bitcoin.
Go on.
There will never, ever be any more than 21 million. Never, ever, ever. We will always keep, as long as there's gold in the ground or in the sea or ways of extracting it, the gold supply will always keep increasing, little by little by little by little. Same with silver. So that there are mines in South Africa that are now 2 miles deep to extract like an ounce of gold from tons of rock, because gold has that value. Bitcoin, once there are 21 million produced, that's it.
How many's produced? Do you know how many's been produced at the moment?
Right now, I think it's about 16 to 17 million. And what happens is when it gets harder and harder to produce them. So a little bit like when the Europeans went over to North America, they found big nuggets of copper on the ground, like a sofa-sized nugget of copper. And the Native Americans had no use for it, so the Europeans snaffled it up for their electrics. Okay, so all the easy copper's gone. Now we've got to dig a meter. Takes more work, more energy. Now we've got to dig 3 meters. Now we've got to dig 100 meters. So over time, it takes more energy to produce a diminishing supply, but the demand is still growing, the utility is growing, so the value grows. And they keep printing the fiat currency. So with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's a way of preserving value, just like gold and silver. And Bitcoin, like I said, I can send it across to you in an instant. It takes about 30 minutes. The other thing about Bitcoin is that it's decentralized. It's peer-to-peer. It's not issued by a government or a central bank. It's our money. It's people's money.
So how does that work? I mean, how do you know which Bitcoin is the right Bitcoin?
Okay, so far I've spoken about Bitcoin specifically as Bitcoin. Right? There are thousands and thousands of cryptocurrencies, of these digital forms of payment, right? Many, many different types. Some of them are scams, some of them are shams, some of them are failed projects, some of them are fabulous, some of them are in between. There's many, many. Bitcoin, I would invite you to consider as digital gold. It is the mothership of all cryptos. It's the most conservative one. Buy a little, no more than you can afford to lose, learn a little bit about it, come back in 8 years, tell me how you did. Because the governments are going to keep printing money. They're going to keep printing money. And Bitcoin is our way out of CBDCs, because it can't be censored or controlled by the way that it's designed by any single entity. Keep your cryptocurrency super secure with EliPal's Titan 2.0. Discount code with my link, bit.ly/CryptoRichEliPal. bit.ly/CryptoRichEliPal. Link in the description below.